So here's the drains for my garage floor. So I'm going to have one at each bay, right in the center of each door. And put it about 8 or 9 inches down, I guess. And now I still have to add quite a bit of gravel on top of this, but with the water level I was able to determine the slope. And right now my container is sitting on the garage floor, and the finished height of the cement is going to be 3 inches above the old floor. So if you took this and added 3 inches, that would tell me how deep the pipe is going to be under the finished floor. Wasn't too fun digging. There's some big rocks at this end and some roots at the other end, but I got it done. I'll just have to throw the pipe in and fill it up now and rake it level. Then I'll be able to start the gravel for under the slab and pack it all, and then do the forms and the foam and all the water pipe. Glad this part's done. So I'm getting ready here to do the gravel for the slab. Now I set up a line parallel with the building, and I brought it over here farther. Now the garage is not coming out this far, but just kind of for reference. So what I did with that was I squared this pink line off of that line, and I run it out past, so that now I can fill the gravel in here. And the new building is a little bit that way on the front of this building. There'll be like this corner sticking out, so that's where the gravel has to start and the footing and that. So I'll just be able to use this pink line as a reference because it's well out of the way and I know it's square. So once we fill in the gravel here, I'll be digging out the edge for the footing, and to square that I'll measure off the pink line to there and I'll make that straight, and then I can measure also off of this ahead through, put a picket, run a line along the front, and I'll be able to scrape that away there to have the footing on the front edge. But first we're just going to fill this right up to the height of the underside of the foam for the new slab, and then after we'll just take out the edge. I figured it'd be easier that way. So we got almost half of the gravel done, and it's going very well. I'm liking how my water level works with the integrated stand. I find it very handy. So right now, what I want the level of the gravel to be is 2 inches below the original floor. Now, as you can tell here, I'm about 2 1/4. So all I would have to do is lift this up 1/4 inch and it would be level, but I think that's close enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a picket here and run a string line down this side to that picket. That one was also perfectly level, exactly where I wanted it. So I'll run a string line there and I'll fix this edge. Perfect. And then I have one over here too. See, there's some orange paint there. That was also perfect, 2 inches below. So I can run a string line from there to this corner, or from there to this corner, and then all that in between can be leveled out to that string line, And then you can kind of see, well, if this is good and that diagonal one is good, then the middle you can kind of smooth it across from those two places and should be perfect. Right here you can see it's low. I'm about 1.5 inches low, 2 inches maybe here at this point. Probably this whole corner could come up. And when you get over there, around here, it's pretty good. So I do have some gravel here, so I'm gonna rake that down into this low spot and even it out. That's basically how it works. I know there's probably better ways, like laser levels or whatever, but it's kind of cool doing this with a tool that I built myself, and to have it working out so well, kind of proud of myself. And it's about as basic and probably as old-fashioned as you can get, I guess. I mean, the water levels have been around for hundreds of years, I think, if not thousands. So right now I'm just checking around for stuff like this here. See there's a little dip there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of gravel there, fill up that middle low spot, and then pack it again and try to get some of those out. That's about the worst of it. That's maybe close to 1 inch low. So I'm going to try to fix those, because when it lays flat like that, I want it to be all pretty well supported. I don't think it would matter that much, but pretty easy to make it perfect, so might as well. So I figured out a better way to level a long distance. This is 30 feet. This whole side here has to go down to the right height, which I've determined with the water level. So what I did here to make it easier was I set this string level, and it can be just whatever you need above here, so you have enough room to rake underneath it. And what I did was I set it level from this pin to that pin, so the string is now level. Then I determined how much I had to go down, and I just kind of made one spot here, you know, and made it to the right height. Then I measured from that one spot, and it turned out it was 4.5 inches. So now I'll just go along the string, measuring as I go, as I level, and I'll just make sure it's all 4.5 inches. So it's a lot easier than taking the water level and checking different points, because it is kind of slow. You usually have to wait for the liquid to move up in the hose, so this is way quicker to get this set, and then I'll just move the string out of the way and pack it. That front edge is pretty good. I've already packed it. I have to go over it again because I had to add some there to the middle. It was a little bit low, so I'm going to pack that again. And this edge here I have to bring down. It's quite a bit too high, but since it's already flat to the bank here, I have to take some out of here and I'm gonna just put it back there and spread it out. And I can go over this with the packer, and then as you can see, I got to take some out of the edge here too. I was trying to keep you know, at least 16 inches there, if not maybe a little bit more. So I'm gonna have to cut a little bit of that the raised part off, take that out of there, straighten that up, because this string line shows the outside of the foundation. So see in the front here I got quite a bit more space, so I got to do that. And then this back part here is the same. It's quite a bit too high, because I set it, I guess, as I figured it was going to go down a little bit more, but it didn't. So now that I know that it's only going to sink so much, I have to take a bunch out of here. There's too much. So do that next, and then be pretty well done for the packing and the spreading of the gravel finally. Then I can start some forms.